Okay, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I begin with this lesson, I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the head apostles, the elders at Great Millstone, who do rule well, and teach well. Shalom to the Lord's elect, and you I can pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth with all truth and sincerity, making your calling and election sure. This is your brother Amat Zion coming back at you with another lesson. I don't want to desire it's edifying. I already touched up on this article at camp, but I wanted to bring it out again so I can get a little bit more into it, right? This is police told to keep record of conspiracy theorists and communists. Law enforcement in Australia's Queensland must report interactions with extremists to counter terror teams. Okay. The Queensland police are required to report interactions with people who would allegedly hold a range of ideological beliefs. Okay. Including, quote, conspiracy theorists, quote. According to an email sent to all members of the Queensland Police Service on Thursday and seen by ABC News. And check this out. Police must record interactions with such individuals in the state Q Prime database. Right, quote, at the first available opportunity. The email states explaining in addition to conspiracy theories, religious, social, or political extremists in sovereign cities, sovereign citizens, as well as people with ideologies relating to capitalism, communism, socialism, or Marxism also fit the bill. Officers were also told to report all matters that indicate concerning or escalating behavior due to ideological beliefs, including religious and single-issue ideologies, advised of the risk inherent in dealing with these groups. So you see, one way that they can tap into tap into what someone is into is by their actions, right? I don't eat pork. I don't do, right, following the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Those are things, right, that they're going to be able to notice and be like, okay, this dude obviously is involved in something. You see, all matters that indicate concerning or escalating behavior due to ideological beliefs, including religious and single issues ideologies, and advise of the, quote, risk inherent in dealing with these groups. Okay, and this is why, this is happening in Australia, but this is something that America is into right now, right? Censoring anything that has to do with truth, right? Anything that has to combat what the government feeds us, right? And this is what's going to lead, because when these things start happening in Babylon the Great, which they already are, right, during the World Economic Forum, they literally talked about censorshiping, people that have conspiracy theory beliefs, right? Brothers brought out articles and things of that sort to prove that, and that's when Esau's going to come in having great wrath. Okay. And then, brothers are going to be getting delivered up, right? Brothers are going to be on TV screens, right? Having cash on their heads, so on and so forth. And this is why we must walk circumspectly in the times to come, because these things are happening now, right? Soon, if you talk anything, right, if you say anything that may lead to altering someone's style on the way that these Edomites rule and government is, they're going to be arrested for it. And that's what we do as men of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? As in wanting a righteous kingdom to be put forward. So we expose all the wickedness that Esau Edom does. the self-proclaimed white man, right? The elites of that, the elites of these Edomites, right? Your little hillbilly Joe, he's not, he's not an issue, right? He's not calling no shots, and really these low tier Edomites, they hate the high tier Edomites as well, right? So let me get my first precept. Salaki, it's gonna be Philippians. No, not Philippians. Salaki, it's Galatians. Yep, I'll just get Galatians. Yep. Okay. Galatians 2:4, and that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privately to spy out our liberty, which we have in Amashiach Yahushua, that they might bring us into bondage. Okay, you brothers that have big camps, right? You know, just be circumspect. Of course, you don't want to offend any of the Lord's little ones, because we don't know. But in the time to come, just be ready in the mind frame to have, quote unquote, a brother turn you in who you thought was a man of the Lord, right? Because this is what's happening right now. This is why, for brothers that are in big camps, it's important to just speculate and just, be careful who you bring in. The apostles have been, bringing that out heavily, not letting just anybody into your camp, man. Right? Not just having a conversation with everybody. And let's get this. Philippians 3:2. Beware of dogs, beware of evildoers, beware of the concision. Okay, when you go into concisions, right? Concision, giving a lot of concise, right? Comes from concision, right? He wrote concisely, giving a lot of information clearly and in a few words, brief but comprehensive. Okay, it's talking a lot, right? Trying to make everybody understand. This thing is not about that. This thing is about exhorting the elect, right? The scriptures say, let me get this. John 10:27, my sheep hear my voice and I know them and they follow me. Okay. So it's not even up to you, right, to convince someone to believe in this thing, right? And you can't be giving out a lot of information. Of course, camp is one thing, but in your day-to-day walk, you can't just be talking about the truth everywhere you go, right? Why? Because the scriptures say this. This is Matthew 10:16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. What is a sheep to a wolf? It's a prey, right? We're prey. Okay, and everybody else around us that's not truly a part of this thing, not in this thing honestly, right? You have ulterior motives, and then just your day-to-day 2/3 in these other nations, right? They're the wolves, and we're the sheep walking in the midst of them. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay, not a perfect example, not having a militant look to yourself, not bringing blame into the ministry, okay, not trying to seek out your own way of taking down Babylon the Great, right? Yeah, just just being in order, right? Then now your left hand know what that right hand doeth. Verse 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Okay, this is why we got to beware of those that are just coming in, right? Because soon there's going to be an influx of Israelites coming into this thing, right? In verse 18, and they shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. What did we bring out not that long ago? Trump wants them coming back into office and bringing the guillotine, right? A firing squad and mass executions. And I personally believe this is why they were painting Biden in such a bad light. Just so they can want, quote, want, quote, a more righteous leader. All right, quote unquote. Because, of course, he's an Edomite. But with Biden, right, he's not helping nobody. Right, he's making America look bad. He's right, the Ohio situation, he didn't even go and help or send help. Right, I personally believe now this is why they were painting him in a bad picture. So when Trump comes into office, right, Nero, he can bring in and put forward those harsh decrees of when, those harsh decrees of what's gonna happen if you don't take that charagma. Okay, and then with all the censorship coming, guess what? Every single lesson that we drop, every single article that we go into and bring out and talk about Esau, Edom, expose Esau, Edom, that's a charge on our heads, man. Right? So if you think about it, brothers, brothers have been in this thing for 5 years plus, 2 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? All the time you've been in this truth and all those lessons you've been dropping. That's a that's a fine right there, man. Brothers are worth, millions of dollars right now, millions and millions of dollars to the government. So now imagine when shit hits the fan and Jake needs to eat, and they don't truly have that faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to provide and protect for them and protect them in the times to come. They're just in this thing going through the motions, not really understanding why they're involved in this thing, right? What's gonna happen? They're gonna deliver you up where you shall be scourged in the synagogues, right? Scourge you. Ooh. Is a whip or lash, punishment or self-mortification. Damn. You see, brothers are going to be getting beat. Brothers are going to be getting jumped. Brothers are going to be getting put in front of firing squads. Brothers are going to be getting put in front of that guillotine. Brothers are going to be put in gas chambers and whatever else they have for, mass executions. Because I'm not too sure all the instruments they're going to use. But knowing Esau Edom is in control of that. Right? He's going to do some outlandish shit. Police told to keep records of conspiracy theorists and communists. America, Babylon the Great has been doing this, right? They already had the black, quote unquote, black Hebrew Israelites in the, if I'm not mistaken, or extremists, right? Have you as an extremist group under, terrorism. So it's gonna be nothing for when, they just gave the World Health Organization, they just on March 27th, they're gonna give the World Health Organization full sovereignty over our rights, right? So when martial law is declared, right, all our rights are out the window. And really, it doesn't matter. We don't really truly have rights, but this is just to really tell these 2/3 and people of the world, that let them know that you really don't have rights now. The men that I came in this truth, right? Brothers in this ministry, brothers in this thing, right? Searching out articles and, growing in this thing, you soon understand that you don't even have rights in this, in this place, right? You understand that. So yeah, man, this is important because this is prophecy. This is prophecy, and this is why the scriptures say, be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves, and to examine. Right? Let's get this. Jude 1:4. For there are certain men crept in unawares, who were before of old ordained to this condemnation. Ungodly men, turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord power and our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, just as Iscariot did. right? What did he do? He turned the Lord in, right? To the Romans. The scriptures say the servant is not greater than his master. John 15:20. Remember the word that I said unto you. Okay, you Akim, you brothers, you sincere ones. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So everything, my point, what I said earlier, all your lessons, all everything you've been pushing, guess what? That is them using you. That is them using the word really against us, right? They're keeping our saying, using our saying against us. And we're not greater than our servant, right? We have Judas Iscariot's in these big camps. You know, I'm a one-man camp, so I don't necessarily got to worry about that right now. But, you know, if it be my lot to, move into a bigger GMS camp or to like search out a Great Millstone camp, and turn into the full 100% lead like that, then hey, so be it. But as of right now, I'm a one-man camp, so I don't got to worry about that. But with the understanding of this, it allows me, even with the exhorting videos that, elders and brothers make constantly on examining, members and things of that sort, it allows you to put you in the mindset to not just let anybody into the camp, man. Understand that this thing is, heavy, and not everyone's right, and yeah, it's just what that is. With this, it gives you a way to move behavioral elect attributes. And this is 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. James 4:4. Salaki, I'm going to get this one first. Yup. Luke 6:26. When all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers and the false prophets. Okay, red sign, man. Red flag. Right? Glorified prophets. Have thousands and thousands of subscribers, knowing that the breakdowns are off, giving, militant looks, just off in the spirit, right? Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you. You're not supposed to, there's certain, aspects that also let you know who the woman of the Lord is, man. You're not going to be liked by everybody, right? You're not going to go in your day to day and just shake everybody's hand and look, look be looked out for in a happy sense, in a good sense. Watch 27. But I say unto you which hear, love your enemies, do good to them which hate you. And it just goes on to, explain things that how we should walk. Jump down to verse 25. So like, woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Right? When you're really in this thing, you get depressed. Right? You understand that everything in this world doesn't mean shit, and it's actually a benefit, because when shit really starts to crack down, when shit really starts to happen, America truly starts to get hit with plague after plague after plague, and things are just going down and down. The more the elect, right, get happy. And now when this article came out, right, when America starts getting ready to do this, right, brothers start to get locked up. Of course, our mind's gonna be, damn, they got bro and shit, they got the Ike, they got this, but also it's gonna be, bro, in those times, hey, let's get ready, make not hasten the time of trouble, right, so on and so forth, right. It's time to really put this thing on, and brothers are gonna, how do you say it, not only gonna be more alert, but also our faith is gonna be, on a whole nother level, which is it's gonna have to be, because we're gonna be faced in front of firing squads, guillotines. We're gonna be faced in front of mass executions, mass execution instruments, whatever they may push out. And brothers are getting ready to get delivered up by them Judas Iscariots. Okay, biblical prophecy. Probably close out with this one. This is Ephesians 5 and 16. Redeeming the time because the days are so like I'm gonna go back to 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. It's only gonna get worse and worse. Okay. And I had these out, right? The love not the world and the things in it. Because those that love the world and things that are in it, it's gonna be easy for you to fall into trusting in Babylon the Great to provide and protect for you, because you don't truly have that spirit. You don't truly have the Rakakwadash, the understanding of, man, you're not really supposed to just be in this, thing just turning up 24/7, things of that sort, man. You're supposed to be alert, be on point, because the days are evil, where brothers are getting ready to get turned in by family members, by neighbors, by so-called friends, right? Man, in truth, false prophets, right? This is really happening, okay? So if you out here making these lessons, right, you out here putting, yourself out in the highways and the byways, and I personally have a testimony, for 2 weeks straight, a drone would be over where I camped at. Right, a drone would just constantly, just hover where I camped at for a minute, and then just go back to where it came from. They're watching us, Akim. They peeping you. They're writing. They're writing. How do you say it? They're writing stories on you. They're writing what's that word? Salakia. Man, they went out my head, but they're writing down what you're teaching, what you're talking about. They're writing down a report on you. Okay, we're bringing them out the report of Yahweh Shai, and they're writing down their own to lock you in, lock you up, spy you out. Let me get be 17. No, Salakia. What was Galatians? Yep. Galatians 2 and 4, and that because of false brethren, other words brought in, who came in privately to spy out our liberty, which we have in the Mashiach Yahushua, that they might bring us into bondage, right? Because it's going to be some brothers' lots to get caught up, get picked up, get swooped up by, whoever may be the police, right? And take you into one of them camps, them FEMA camps, to be tried for 10 days in front of a guillotine, right? And that charagma explains to them what you've been teaching, why you've been teaching what the scriptures say. Think not what you shall speak in those days, the Lord is going to give it to you. But hey, that drone, they could have been spying me out. You other Akim, y'all had drones over your camp before as well. And they made a plan, and they probably sent out a brother to go join the camp. You see, the whole time has a ear device where they're telling them information. But hey, with that, I don't want to desire, this lesson was edifying, with prophecy, report, update. Want to close out, give all praises, honor, and glory to our power. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I don't want to desire was edifying.